Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing Lucy's 9-month update. So if you want to hear how last month went, then just keep on watching. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Sabra Casey. I am a mama to 2 little ones. I have a 3-year-old son. His name is Liam. And I have a 9-month-old daughter right here. Her name is Lucille. On my channel, you will find mostly mommy content, as well as some cleaning, money saving, and lifestyle videos sprinkled in there. So if that kind of stuff interests you, then make sure to hit that red subscribe button down below. Okay, so we are in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic right now. It is March the 21st, so she turned 9 months just a couple days ago, and we have been stuck inside and we are going crazy. The weather in Texas here has been really rainy, so like we literally cannot even go outside like in the backyard to play. Not that I would take them to a park or anything like that, but we can't even go outside. As you can see, she is in the stage where she doesn't want to wear a bow. As soon as I put it on her, she pulls it out, so we're gonna have to fix that. So the biggest thing that happened this past month is she started crawling. You crawl like a big girl. And she cannot be stopped. She has not stopped since. She started crawling just earlier this week, so it's only been a couple days, and she has been so close for weeks and weeks and weeks. And I kept thinking, okay, it's soon, it's gonna happen soon, because she will lift herself all the way up into like a yoga pose, like her back legs. But the day that she started to crawl, when I was sitting on the floor with her and Liam and watching, like I just knew that like it's happening today. So I made sure, ran and got my camera and had it ready because I knew it was coming. And I did. I caught her first crawl on camera, so that was really special, and she has not stopped since. So I ordered one of those. It's called like a playpen. I call it a baby corral. It's one of those big like fenced in things, and it was supposed to be here the next day, but because of everything that's going on with the coronavirus, Amazon is not shipping out like non-essential items, so it got postponed like 9 days, which if you're an avid there goes that bow. You want to take it off? Let's take it off. Okay, there we go. So if you are an avid Amazon shopper like myself, you know waiting 9 days for something is just unheard of. My main thing is just I'm worried about her getting into stuff with everything that's going on, just stuff that is like dirty. Like I feel like my germophobia has just like increased by 1,000 right now, so it's like I don't want her to touch anything that like I haven't sanitized 15 times that day already. So that should be here soon. If you watched any of my other vlogs, this actually happened right after she turned 8 months. It was at Liam's birthday party. She started running a really bad fever the night of his party, and it just kept getting worse and worse. It was like 101 and then 102, and then the highest it got was 103.5, and that's too high for me. I'm not comfortable with that. And especially because she doesn't run fevers a lot, and she just wasn't acting right. She was acting just like overly lethargic, and I didn't like it. So my sister was here because my family was in town. So me and her, I may have to give her to Ben. I don't think she's gonna be still. Okay, I'm gonna go give you to your daddy, and then I'll come get you for the outro, okay? Okay. So me and my sister took Lucy to urgent care that night, and we were there forever. We were there for probably like 3 hours, and Lucy was screaming the whole time, which is not like her. She is not generally a really fussy baby, and she was just not having it. They did everything. I mean, they tested her for the flu, for strep. I'm trying to remember. They did her oxygen. They tested that. They even went so far to check her for a UTI, because that can sometimes be something that can cause a fever with no other apparent like symptoms. But yeah, after all that, they couldn't find anything wrong with her, which it's not like I wanted them to find something wrong, but she wasn't acting right. So after we were there for that long, we came home, gave her some Motrin. We had her sleep with us that night, like in her, you can see it, her bassinet by the bed, and checked her temperature throughout the night and stuff. And she had a temperature or a fever Saturday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So for 4 days she had a fever. It did go down a little bit, and I did not give her Tylenol that whole time because, I mean, I know that fever is your body's response to fighting off an infection, so I didn't want to just keep pumping her full of Tylenol. Anyway, I ended up taking her Monday morning to our regular pediatrician because she still had the fever, and she was miserable. I mean, it was so sad. She kept just like passing out on me, which she doesn't really do anymore. And you could just tell she didn't feel good. Like you knew that she was sick and didn't feel good. And that's just so hard with your babies when they're that little, because they can't tell you what's wrong. They can't say, you know, oh, my head hurts or my tummy hurts or whatever. Liam, he just turned 3 and he's just now being able to say like, oh, my ear hurts or whatever. Long story long, we went to the pediatrician, and they did find a little bit of an ear infection. They did check her for that on Saturday, but my guess is that it hadn't really shown itself, so to speak, because her ears and her nose and everything looked completely clear when we went to urgent care. So she had an ear infection, and they gave her some antibiotics, and after, you know, a couple of days, it was cleared right up. I feel like this season Lucy has been just sick. I feel like Liam was the same way. I mean, I guess kids are just like that whenever they're young. Anyway, they also recommended that we do the nebulizer, that it's a breathing treatment, and, you know, we have albuterol because, you know, Liam uses it. And anyway, she's good. So another really big thing that happened is she started sleeping in her crib by herself all night long. So we put her down around 7, maybe 7:30, depends on the day, and she sleeps until about 6:30 or 7 the next night. So it is just, it's awesome. It's so great. You get to a point where you're just like, well, I guess I'm just never gonna sleep again. You just feel like you can't ever imagine them sleeping through the night, and then when they do, it's just, oh, it's glorious. It's glorious. So both her and Liam, they really kind of are going to sleep at the same times, which is amazing. Liam might be up a little bit later than her, like 30 minutes or so, but they pretty much have the same sleep schedule. So it's pretty awesome. Before, she was sleeping, we were putting her down in her crib same time, but she would usually wake up around 2 or so, and I would have to nurse her, and then she would sleep for the rest of the morning. So we've kind of gradually gone into it, and let me know in the comments below if y'all would like for me to talk about like kind of what we did for sleep training. There are the occasional nights here and there where she might wake up in the middle of the night and kind of fuss and whine for a couple minutes, and then she'll put herself back to sleep. So I could probably talk for an hour about how awesome it is to have her sleep, but I won't, because if you're a parent, you know. Her schedule, her average normal everyday schedule is she wakes up between like 6:30 and 7:30 in the morning. She will nurse, you know, for breakfast, and then we will get up and eat regular breakfast. I have been feeling more comfortable with the baby led weaning. She does eat more like solid foods, like she has like a waffle at breakfast and she eats most of it. And then she will go down for a nap. I try to space it out based on when she woke up. So depending on what time she woke up, I will usually put her down for a nap about 2.5 hours after she woke up. So it's usually mid-morning. We'll say 9:30. And here lately, that's been like a really long nap for her. Like she'll sleep for a good 2 hours or so. And then she'll wake up, you know, we'll play and stuff, and then we'll have lunch. She really likes the naan, which is basically like pita bread. That's how I think it is. And then she'll have some hummus and we'll play, you know, do all that, and then she'll go down for a second nap in the mid-afternoon. Again, I time it based on when she woke up from her first nap, so it could be, we'll say 3 o'clock. And then we'll get up, play, do all that kind of stuff. We try to eat dinner around 5:30 or 6. Both the kids take a bath, and then I try to get her down by 7:30. She is still breastfeeding. It's still going really well. She feeds first thing in the morning, usually before her first nap, lunch before her second nap, and then right before bed. So that is, what is that? That's 5 times, give or take. I mean, every day is different and we're not on a set schedule, but that's roughly about what she does. I'm gonna kind of go off on a little bit of a tangent. This time around, breastfeeding for me has been different than it was with Liam. I don't want to say better because it's different. Liam started to bite a lot whenever he was about 6 or 7 months. He would bite and chomp on me while he was nursing, and it just, oh, it hurt so bad. It was really hard to work through. she never bites me, like, at all. She is teething. She hasn't had any teeth pop through yet, but you can almost kind of see the little nubs on her teeth. But she's been teething off and on, but she never ever bites me. And also with Liam, I had a lot of supply issues with Liam, and it was exhausting. I'm thinking about doing a breastfeeding video. Again, let me know down below if y'all would like to see that. I breastfed Liam for 13 months, and then we both kind of just weaned ourselves off it. He was over it and I was over it, so it worked out good. And then Lucy, I've been breastfeeding her for 9 months, so I have a little bit of experience. This breastfeeding experience has been a lot different, and I feel like I've learned different things from both of them. So anyway, I'm thinking about doing a video. I'm just kind of rolling it around in my head, but I probably will do it. It's funny, she is not like obsessed with the pacifier like Liam was, which again, she's a different kid. But she, you know, she could take care of it. She does like her Wubbanubs, and that's pretty much the only pacifier that we've like kept around. She really just likes to kind of play with them, and I think it's really just like the stuffed animal that she likes to kind of rub on. She doesn't need it to fall asleep. In fact, I can't remember the last time she's actually used a Wubbanub. Usually she just plays with them, which that's awesome because she's also not a thumb sucker. So that is amazing because now we don't have to deal with trying to get her off of a pacifier or sucking her thumb. So she doesn't, I mean, she'll take a pacifier, but I mean, she's fine without it. So that's pretty cool. She is in size 3 diapers, and she could probably wear size 4. We do mostly cloth, but I mean, we do still have disposables for when you don't feel like doing cloth. So those are the sizes she's in for that, which I think is the same as last month. She is in size 12-month clothes, but 18-month really fits better. Depends on the brand. She can wear 12-month and it fits, but like 18-month, there's just a little bit of wiggle room. So really 18-month is what we've got. I cannot believe how quickly she is going through clothes. Like, I remember Liam going through clothes fast, but it's just, you forget, like they will skip a size and then it's like they'll go through clothes and you're like, darn it, I haven't had her wear this. So of course I'm gonna put her in it and take her picture and then pack it up. But yeah, she's just going through clothes super fast. As I've kind of touched on before, she of course puts everything in her mouth. She wants to chew on everything. We got her a couple of those silicone necklaces so that she can kind of gnaw on those. She really likes those. She really likes to be held in the carrier. The Lily Baby is the carrier that I have, and I keep saying I'm going to do a review on it, and I will, but I'll just give you the short version. I really like it, and I would get it again. It's an expensive carrier, but I really like it, and I think it's worth it, especially for your second baby, because you've got your first one you're chasing after, so you need to have them in that. I have here lately been putting her in it a lot, and now that she's older and she's heavier, I can wear her on my back. So I've been doing that while I'm trying to put up laundry or do stuff around the house. She really likes to be in that, so I will give her one of those little necklaces, and she likes to kind of gnaw on that while she's in the carrier. And I usually have like music playing, and then she likes it when I like sway or move or something like that. So okay, so last thing I want to talk about is her last doctor's appointment. It was yesterday on Friday, and because of everything that's been going on with the coronavirus, I called the doctor's office earlier this week and I was like, are we still having it? Since it's just a well visit, she's not sick, do we still need to come in? And the nurse said, yes, we're still having them, but what they are doing at our pediatrician's office is they moved all the well visits to first thing in the morning, and then they're seeing sick patients in the afternoon. That way they can sanitize and do all that. And our appointment was already first thing in the morning, so it's fine. But what we ended up doing, because Liam is 3 and he's in everything, is Ben actually met me up at the doctor's office, and he came and just sat in the van with Liam while I went inside with Lucy. Ben's work is right down the street, so it worked out fine. And the appointment was really quick because there's like nobody at the doctor's office. So I teased this a little bit in my last vlog, but I wanted to talk more in detail about the doctor's appointment because it was crazy. So first of all, if you are sick, they want you to take the stairs, not the elevator, and they have signs everywhere. And then they had the doors, like they're those type of doors that like you press, it's like a handicap, you press the button and they open automatically. They have all the doors open so nobody has to touch anything. And then before you can even walk into the doctor's office, because they're in an office building, so it's not just them, they're in like a 2-story office building. So before you can actually walk into the doctor's office, you have to stop at this station, and there was a nurse there, and I mean, she was practically in a hazmat suit, and she had, you know, the mask, the full gear, the gloves and everything, and she has to test your temperature and the patient's temperature. Also, only one parent was allowed, so they check you, make sure both of y'all don't have a fever, and then you can go inside. And when we went into the waiting room, there was absolutely nobody there, because apparently there was an option where you can wait in your car and then they can call you when they're ready, and then you can come in that way. I know a lot of doctor's offices are doing that now. Then when we went inside, there was no pens, no nothing on the counter. You have to ask for a pen to sign in, and then they sanitize it after you give it back to them, which is good. And then while we were waiting in the waiting room, like, I didn't want to sit on anything just to be extra super careful. Lucy was in her car seat in her stroller, so she wasn't touching anything. And then, you know, we go into the back, and all the nurses have gloves and masks and stuff on. It was just crazy. I mean, it's crazy how it's gotten. So Lucy's stats: for her weight, she was 20 pounds and 10 ounces, which is in the 85th percentile. Her height, she is 28 and a half inches, which is the 81st percentile. And then for her head circumference, it is 45 centimeters, which is the 80th percentile. It was a really quick visit. Mostly me and the doctor just kind of talked about, you know, the virus and stuff, because he was saying just what to look out for, and, you know, if this then that, and just kind of giving us tips to stay safe, which I'm sure everybody's heard already. He did encourage us to get outside, get some fresh air, obviously not go anywhere like parks and stuff like that, but I said it, I think, at least 10 times that it's been raining, so we really haven't been able to go outside. But he did also recommend us trying something for allergies, like maybe Zyrtec or something, because she's just constantly like congested and stopped up. Like, she's always just kind of got just gunk. I mean, he checked her ears and her nose and everything, and she doesn't have an infection. She's not sick or anything, but she's just, you know, kind of, there's just always kind of some gunk. So we'll see how that goes. And while we were there, the nurse was like, okay, well, we can go ahead and schedule her next checkup. It'll be at her 1 year. And I'm like, no, she's not gonna turn a year. We're just gonna not. I can't believe she's 9 months old. Like, I can't believe it. As you can see, her hair is like a dirty blonde, light brown. She has got gorgeous blue eyes. Can we see your eyes, baby? Can we see your pretty eyes? Yeah. Okay, so that is all that I have for Lucy's 9-month update. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel below. Make sure you hit that bell notification. That way you don't miss out on any other videos. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.